Why the trauma bond runs the show until you shatter it. That's what we're talking about in this video. Hey, I'm Dr. Melissa. I'm a trauma expert and top doctor. And today we're talking about number one, how to tell if you are trauma bonded, how it manifests, what it looks like. Number two, the recipe for creating a trauma bond. And number three, we're going to talk about how long it lasts and how to break it. So first, let's talk about what you might notice if you have a trauma bond. The trauma bond is characterized by this desire to leave a relationship. This could be any relationship with a parent, a sibling, a coworker, a friend, a romantic partner, a desire to leave the relationship with a stronger pull to stay. You feel stuck, miserable even, but not strong enough to leave. You feel compelled to focus on the good in your partner, to make excuses for their behavior, to make excuses for staying in the relationship. You know full well that you are not able to trust them with sensitive information, with your own feelings and emotions. You're not able to trust them, but you're not willing to leave. You believe that this person can and will change despite months, years, maybe even decades of evidence to the contrary. You hope that the relationship will get better in the future, and you defend the relationship and your choice to stay in it. How many of you can relate? Drop a heck yeah in the comments if that rings true for you. Let's go on to number two. What is the trauma bond? What's the recipe for creating one? A trauma bond is a bond, an emotional connection between you and someone who's abusing you that creates positive feelings about that person, very similar to Stockholm Syndrome. It makes it difficult to see that you're in an abusive relationship. It makes it difficult for you to leave even once you know you're in an abusive relationship. And it makes you miss that abusive relationship once you leave. The trauma bond is created by two things: repeated physical or emotional abuse and intermittent reinforcement. Both of those are required to create it. Both of those working together will strengthen it. The first ingredient in that recipe, the repeated abuse, is something that can be really hard to recognize right away. Sometimes things like put downs, sabotage, subtle gaslighting, small lies seem like they're not that big of a deal. They seem maybe not insignificant, but something you're not willing to end the relationship over. That repeated abuse creates cognitive dissonance, creates sort of the setup for the second part of the trauma bond, the intermittent reinforcement. And the intermittent reinforcement is similar to love bombing in that it generates the same chemical reaction, the chemicals that affect your brain that make you feel love and a desire to be with this person who is abusing you. An intermittent reinforcement looks like this. Say the person that you're with acts like you don't exist, comes home from work, barely even nods in your direction, doesn't talk to you, doesn't spend time with you, acts like you're a nuisance or an annoyance if you try to talk to them. They do this like 9 days in a row. And on the 10th day, they come home with flowers and tell you they're taking you out to dinner because you're the most special, amazing person in the world and they're so lucky to have you. That experience of that 10th day will strengthen the bond such that the next not only 9 days, but maybe 19 days, when they come home and ignore you, make you feel worthless, like you don't matter, you tolerate it because you're hoping for that day that they come home and tell you you're amazing. If this kind of video resonates you, click subscribe and click that notification bell. because I've got you. Okay, let's talk about the third thing. How long does the trauma bond last and how do you break it? There are not a lot of studies about this, but there are studies that suggest that a trauma bond can last more than 5 years after a romantic relationship, more than 12 years after a family relationship. It is a myth to think that it will just go away on its own, or that simply going no contact and getting into a new relationship will end it. It doesn't end it. And in fact, you find that the trauma bond that you have with anyone else, could be with a parent or a grandparent or anyone in your past, wreaks havoc with your current and your new relationships. And fortunately, there is a way to break it. And I'm helping you do just that in my workshop at the end of the month. Link is in the description. I'm Dr. Melissa, and I will see you in the next video.